each other. Ryan Johnson, Rick Rippon. Darcy Hordichuk on this line for Vancouver as well. Ryan Johnson to Darcy Hordichuk, and he just cycles back. Duncan Keith stepped in front of Rick Rippon, gets a hit from Hordichuk, made the play to Burish, and Burish got hit as well. Here's Ben Eager at center. He's got Troy Brouwer with him 2-on-2. A shoot in. Hordichuk comes together with Burish. The shot comes from Walker, and Luongo makes the save. Let's bring in Scott Oak.
All right, Jim had a brief conversation with Chicago assistant Mike Haviland between periods. He says Hawks didn't think they were that bad 5-on-5, although it surely seemed like there was only about 3 minutes of even strength play. Says they have to get more pressure on the forecheck and felt they were too easy on Roberto Luongo, both in terms of traffic, of which there wasn't enough, and quality of shots. Says they got to put it down low on him, and that goes to what Craig Simpson always says, which is the best way to beat Luongo is to fire it low, pad, and then drive the net for the rebound.
Here's the problem. In theory, that sounds great, but now he's played 14 periods of playoff hockey, had 9 shutout periods, and given up just 5 goals.
I would agree, not nearly busy enough by the Blackhawks getting to it.
But too much time shorthanded in that period to get busy in front of the net.
That takes Joel Quenneville's ability to get his entire offensive part of his team going. Kane and Taves just 5 minutes each.
Duncan Keith held the puck in. Here's Chris Versteeg, but it's been a better start to this second period for Chicago as Burrows to the blue line. Keith keeps the puck in. Vancouver doesn't seem to care about the matchup at all. They'll let Joel Quenneville have this one. Versteeg to Byfuglien to Sammy Paulson. Duncan Keith side of the net, and Versteeg couldn't play the puck. Vancouver couldn't clear it. Here's Dustin Byfuglien. Paulson's in front. Byfuglien attracts 3 players to him. Chris Versteeg takes over. Byfuglien bowls over Ryan Kessler, or Alex Burrows, excuse me. Shane O'Brien finally out to center. There's a good Chicago shift. The Paulson line against the Sedins. And Duncan Keith did a nice job holding the puck into the line. Ryan Kessler's on the ice now. He's 3-on-2. He's got Sundin with him. Dimitris Sundin kicked away by Nikolai Khabibulin, and the puck's out of play.
And a nice recovery by Duncan Keith too, Jim. He came inside there and helped out Khabibulin. And the faceoff will stay inside as Keith read the play. The turnover in the neutral zone. Kessler, just a nice pass down low. Dimitra wanted that. Watch Keith. There's his stick right there as Matt Sundin's got a tap in here. He's got his stick on the ice and a good heads-up play. The value of your stick. Instead of getting body position, Keith just made sure he got position to take that one away.
That's clearly going to be the top pair for Chicago, Keith and Seabrook. So every time Sundin, Kessler, and Dimitra come on, they're going to get somebody else, as they do now.
You got a little ice repair here down by Roberto Luongo's crease. But Jim, we talked about coming into the series, these coaches both like to match lines. They like to have a defensive pairing against the other top. But I agree with you said about Alain Vigneault with the Sedins. I mean, they're at a level now where they're at the peak of their career. They're your top players. You got to have faith in them to go against any defensive pairing and let them work their way into the series. I think if you start taking them off the ice and making changes too early, you take away their confidence. You don't give them maybe enough respect, and especially in game 1, let them develop into this series.
And we've already seen that. In fact, he's put the Sedins on in this game with Paulson already out there when he didn't have to do it. So he'll accept that matchup and hope that the Sedins will battle through it and win it.
On the reverse side for the Hawks, I mean, it's been an amazing trend in that first round. Jonathan Toews, look at his ice time from the regular season. Here's your 4 centermen here. Toews has been pulled back because of the fact that Joel Quenneville has really worked the defensive matchup, and that's allowed Dave Bolland. A lot of that time has been penalties. He kills penalties, Toews doesn't. But you look at that 4th line has played more. Paulson's played about the same, but Bolland has taken much of Toews' ice time.
That just tells you that the attitude in the playoffs is defense first. Canucks get the draw, and they won over 60% in the first period. Sundin was particularly good. Here's Ryan Kessler. Sundin, Pavel Dimitra. Dave Bolland is back. Sundin squeezed him out along the boards. Havlat is back to help and get the puck. Cam Barker out at center, pushed down by Pavel Dimitra, and the puck is shot back in. Vancouver starting a change. Khabibulin lets Matt Walker take over. Martin Havlat confronted by Henrik Sedin. Barker rink wide to Matt Walker. He gets the puck in deep. After it is Andrew Ladd. Salo comes at him. Jonathan Toews gets the puck. Watched by Matthias Olin. In comes Duncan Keith, and saving the day in front was Henrik Sedin because Keith was going backdoor, but look at him get back. Burrows with a shot. Khabibulin made the save. And the puck comes to center. Did you see how fast Duncan Keith got back?
I mean, that's his mobility just in full display there. Jumping in offensively, and then once the play's gone, the ability to recover.
Here's Steve Bernier. Daniel Sedin to Henrik. He scores! A twin killing for Vancouver. Daniel to Henrik, 2-0 Canucks.
Well, Jonathan Toews just gets beat off the puck by Daniel, and then, like you've seen so many times, read off each other so well. The outstretched stick of Seabrook not able to get in this passing lane, and Henrik, good positioning. He knows it's coming. He gets inside on Keith. We saw Keith before get the stick in the way of Matt Sundin. That time, he didn't have his head on a swivel, didn't read the positioning of Henrik, and he got inside and 5-hole on Khabibulin.
Henrik from Daniel and Steve Bernier at 5:13. A 2-0 lead for the Vancouver Canucks.
And Jim, that play more than anything, all of a sudden Paulson's not on the ice with Daniel and Henrik, and look what happened. You saw Joel Quenneville's face there. That's part of the game he plays. He had his defensive pairing, but he didn't have number 26, and it cost him.
And Vancouver was changing on the fly, so the Sedins just came right off the bench with Steve Bernier. And he got the 2-0 goal. There's an offside call. So the goal came at 5:13 of the second period and gives Vancouver a 2-goal lead.
Jim, another example of just how valuable you are without the puck. And these two, better than any other tandem in the National Hockey League, read off each other so well. And watch Duncan Keith as he gets watching the puck. Instead of looking around him, he gets focused in on Daniel and doesn't even see that Henrik saw where the lane was opening. Instead of going straight to the net, altered his course and had an easy passing lane to put the puck in the back of the net.
As a coach, wouldn't you teach that if one Sedin has the puck, you better cover the other one?
Don't dare look at the one with the puck. Find the one without it.
Because they will certainly find the other one, whichever has the puck. Fourth line chip, Hordichuk comes after Adam Burridge. He's been a real target for this line, and the Canucks get the puck back. Oh, what a big hit. Rippon just got leveled at center ice by Ben Eager.
I was just going to say, remember earlier how Hordichuk challenged Eager.
The linesmen get in a hurry, sensing the Canucks are going to come after Eager, who just ran right over Rick Rippon. And Rippon's okay, and he wants to get back at Eager.
Well, Joel Quenneville must be a little beside himself here early on. He's trying to preach discipline to his team. They take 4 penalties. Now they take another one as Vancouver's starting to take over.
Power play coming up. 2-0 Canucks on Hockey Night in Canada. Ben Eager gets a roughing penalty. It could have called it a lot of things. Mostly you call it late.
Absolutely, very late. The puck's already gone. Rippon's watching it. And the only thing fortunate for Eager, I don't think he got the elbow up, but it was definitely late and definitely towards the head area.
Were you thinking it was Donald Brashear?
Yeah, very similar in the timing of it. And Eager now has given the Vancouver Canucks their 5th straight power play in this game.
And already leading 2-0, and they win the faceoff. Kyle Wellwood, Pavel Demitra shoots. Khabibulin makes the save.
Well, Khabibulin there, he's just trying to settle down. And this is a time where on the road you need your goaltender to settle your team down. Clearly the Chicago Blackhawks have unraveled a little bit. They've been undisciplined. The Canucks, who dominated in the faceoff circle, do again. There's a nice little play, and there's an easy save through a crowd by Khabibulin.
Bolin won the draw, and there's a set play, and Paulson got the puck up the boards. Bolin got the shot. Short-handed as the Blackhawks came out short-handed with a bid towards the goal. Dave Bolin plays power play, plays short-handed, plays 5-on-5. He's a coach's dream because he can do everything.
And now when you have a player like Sammy Paulson, it's really changed the complexity for Joel Quenneville in terms of his defensive type of pairing. And he now has 2 centermen down low that he feels very confident in and can have them kill penalties.
Short-handed Patrick Sharp lost the puck and got it back with good hustle. Seabrook will rag the puck for a moment, kill some time, and send it down the ice. Alexander Edler has Dimitra with him. Gives him the puck. Wellwood, Sundin, Kessler up front. Good stick by Seabrook. Got the puck up the boards, but not out. Edler held it in. That's Sundin. Passed off. Here's Dimitra. Sundin shoots. That's blocked by Seabrook, and it hurt him. A great passing, and Seabrook's got to get off.
Yeah, it looked like it hit him either right in the knee underneath where your shin pad has a little bit of an opening, or on the side.
There's Daniel Sedin. Henrik. There's a little button hook. Daniel with Steve Bernier on the power play. Henrik. Kevin Bieksa with some time takes the shot. He was waiting for the crowd to form in front, and Burris blocked his shot. Henrik Sedin couldn't get the puck. Matt Walker almost cleared it. Salo for Henrik Sedin. Bernier. Bieksa. Daniel for Henrik. Just missed in front of the net, and the puck is cleared by Sharp.
Almost overpassing on this entire power play. I thought earlier on Dimitra had a chance. He probably should have shot that one there. If he had a shot, there would have been at least a rebound sitting in front.
There's Henrik Sedin. Finds Daniel. Back for Henrik. He's got Salo back at the point. The back pass. Daniel. Bieksa shoots up high. That was deflected off the glass. Daniel from Henrik. They ought to be playing sweet Georgia Brown on this power play, but they haven't been able to score. Henrik to Bernier, and he swatted the puck just wide. Eager's back on. Bieksa better look out. Took the hit. He was along the boards. Paulson can't clear the puck. Olin. Henrik Sedin, a slap pass that was blocked by Matt Walker, and the Blackhawks clear the puck. Eager is after Matthias Olin. Full speed, too. Olin heard him coming.
That power play did about everything but put the puck in the back of the net. And Jim, I thought they had 3 or 4 chances where they could have and passed it up a good shot by trying to overpass. But it looked good.
Canucks' third line is on, and they get the puck deep. Mason Raymond to Matthias Olin to the net. A deflection. I think Brian Campbell got his stick on that. Chris Versteeg to Patrick Kane. Marty Havlat falls in behind him and takes the pass to the blue line. Hjalmarsson shot deflected off the end of the glove of Roberto Luongo. Here's Patrick Kane. Martin Havlat on the outside takes the shot. Another deflection wide off the side of the net by Chris Versteeg, and he gets the puck back. Watched by Olin. Havlat turns, shoots. Luongo makes the save and hangs on, and that was a shift much like the Canucks power play shift from the Hawks.
Well, the Canucks with all kinds of pressure, and you know, on penalty killing you sacrifice your body. Brent Seabrook in position in front, good hard shot, and he was able to get a piece of it. Just fronted. When you're standing in front of the goaltender, that was a little bit higher than the knee, almost just above the pad. And now watch Walker in front, number 8. He's going down for the block, puts his glove in front of his face to try to protect himself there. And earlier, a couple of other blocks, Duncan Keith got his stick in the way, and so a big kill. 5 in a row power plays, and that's none bigger than that one there to keep this a 2-goal game.
You don't want this to get to 3 if you're Chicago, because largely you've got to face Roberto Luongo, and that's a tough mountain to climb.
And right now, if you're on the Chicago bench, you got to settle everybody down and say, okay, let's chip away, get back in this game. Just keep it at 2, and a lucky break gets you back to 1.
Here's Patrick Sharp on Shane O'Brien, who knocked the puck to the end boards. Sharp is hit and knocked down. Jonathan Toews. O'Brien runs at him. Sharp centering pass hit the back of the net. Dustin Byfuglien playing with Toews and Sharp now. Some adjustments by Joel Quenneville. An outlet by Sundin turned over. Toews with a shot deflected in front and wide. Patrick Sharp. Dustin Byfuglien couldn't control the puck. There's another big hit behind the net, and down goes O'Brien. Back comes Kessler. It was Cam Barker that got in for a big hit, the defenseman.
That could have been called late, too. I don't think O'Brien had anywhere near the puck.
Sedin's hold the puck in as Chicago tries to clear it. Daniel. Henrik. Burrows is in front. Daniel for Burrows. Can't get a shot away. Ben Eager pokes the puck away, and after it he goes to center. Salo comes over and meets him. Eager's a good skater, and he's working hard here. Going to make up for taking that penalty.
That was a good read by Salo, though, Jim, taking away his time and space quickly as opposed to try to get into a foot race. He altered his course to get there before him.
Down goes Willie Mitchell along with Eager, and Mitchell's going to be penalized here. Thrown to the net. The Canucks get possession.